Yeah, I am Dr. Jaina Basisawa. I'm an associate prof and also the head of department for nursing and reproductive health at the University of the Gambia. Yeah.
Can you tell us the motive behind this workshop?
Yeah, before I come to the motive of the workshop, I'm also a co-principal investigator when it comes to the Gamremti project. So regarding the motive of this particular workshop, this is part of 1 year supplementary grant that the research team got from NIH. And then the parent project is the Gambia project. Gambia means Gambia Research Ethics. And then methodology training initiative. That was a 5 year project from 2022 to 2027. So this is our 4th year, and then we got the supplementary grant for 1 year. We've just concluded, so the team members are now sharing the findings of that particular community engagement research with the stakeholders. Yes, such as the community members, the people that were interviewed, and then other partners and then stakeholders. So one of the objectives of that particular 1 year supplementary grant was to conduct a stakeholder 1 day workshop, which we are currently doing right now. Yes.
Most of the people I have seen here are particularly nurses. Why do we target them?
Yeah, because they are healthcare workers and they have a key role when it comes to community engagement. So it's not only healthcare workers, they also have community members, partners, and then stakeholders when it comes to conducting community engagement research. Yes.
After this gathering, what next?
Yeah, what next is to share the findings still with stakeholders and then funders, and then to do the publications. Yes, and then maybe to write a policy brief when it comes to the stakeholders and then policymakers in the country, especially with the Ministry of Health.
Thank you so much.
My name is Phoebian Aina Grant Sanyang, a co-principal investigator in this community engagement research conducted in the Gambia, and the founder of CROA, which is Center for Research and Advocacy on Women and Adolescent Health in the Gambia.
Can you tell us how were you able to organize such a very important workshop?
Thank you very much. You see, such an organization wasn't a one-day preparation. First of all, we have to do stakeholder engagement because it's a community engagement that we are doing, the research. And so you can see that going to the different communities, informing the gate entry keepers, such as the alcalo, the religious leaders, and also the health workers, as well as the youth representatives, NGOs, as well as the research institutions. So we went engage them, explain to them our motive behind this workshop, and they all endorse it. And you can see before we conducted this workshop, we had a research to give us the evidence for this workshop. We had about 40 key informant interviews from the religious leaders, the community leaders, the vulnerable people. We have the NGOs and CSOs. We also have the researchers from different institutions like the MRC Gambia and also the University of the Gambia. We went to local health workers from the different hospitals, had a focus group discussion with different health workers, doctors, nurses, public health, and community workers. We also had focus group discussion with different youths from 2 regions, the youth groups, as well as different focus groups from different regions of women group, different women organizations, informing them about community engagement, the benefits, the challenges, the trust, the relationship between researchers and community members. How can we make it smooth? You understand? How can we expand it? How can we work together collaboratively? Because researchers, they need the communities. Likewise, communities, we need researchers as well, so that we can have common ground. So when it comes to this research, it's not just going straight, but we have entry points, and also we need consent. We need consent from them. Once they accept it, then we go ahead, then we have a discussion about community engagement. So that brought us today, because when it comes to research, most of the time, communities always say that, what's the feedback? So this is one part of the feedbacks. Organizing the workshop, disseminate the workshop, give them what we got from them, then so they can understand that, okay, we have benefited from this by receiving the findings of the research. So you can see that the diversity of the workshop. Different people are here. The religious leaders, community members, youth group, researchers, CSOs, women groups. You can see they all came because they were part of it. So we invited all who partaked in this research to come and get the feedbacks and that's the research findings that our professor was giving during the workshop.
Your final message.
Final message is like research using the working with the communities. We have to know that they are our partners, but they are not participants. They are partners. We have to start our researches through stakeholder engagement. We engage them as we begin our research, not after getting everything. The time we want to get their information, that's the time we involve them. So I am just appealing to all researchers that when we want to engage the communities, we don't wait up to the latter part, but we engage them at the beginning of the research that we want to do because we call them partners but not participants.
My name is Dr. Henry Silverman. I'm a professor of medicine at the University of Maryland School of Medicine, and I'm principal investigator of several NIH training grants in Egypt, Morocco, and I'm co-investigator of a training grant in the Gambia.
What is your own assessment on today's workshop?
Well, it's been an unbelievable success. We have close to 100 participants, and they're very engaged. They have asked many important questions, and it's a group that's very knowledgeable of the subject, very interested, and I see that their interest will go beyond this workshop.
But after today's workshop, what next?
Yes, that's a good question. I have told people or discussed with people that it would be a shame if nothing comes about from this workshop. There needs to be some actionable items to enhance community engaged research, actionable items to address the points that we are discovering that needs to be addressed in this workshop. This was the purpose of the workshop, to bring together stakeholders in the Gambia to discuss what are the issues, and the issues have to come from the participants, and then we need to form committees to address those issues. One idea is to form a executive committee made up of 8 to 10 stakeholders to make sure that this project continues. Another idea is we've done an interview survey of stakeholders. The next idea is to do a quantitative survey research to get the opinions of several hundred people in the Gambia, and we like to stay connected with this group. Wonderful group. We can't just go home and just do the usual things that we do during our day. We have to build upon what this workshop is achieving.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, great.